What's going on, guys? It's Groove back with another one today, and oh my goodness. Today on the chopping block for book reviews, we have Deep Work. So, Deep Work. I absolutely love this book. This is one of my favorite books, probably of all time. It's up there. This book right here is up there for one of my favorite books ever. This thing is all about cutting off distractions and what that actually does for you and your body and your mind. So many people today were just like scrolling on social media, watching podcasts, doing this, watching TV, Netflix, or even just at our jobs every day. We have multiple tasks we got to do at the same time. And this just talks about, what deep work actually is and, the science behind it, understanding how you actually produce better work when you can cut the distractions off and then just get deep within your work. When you cut off distractions to do work, it actually boosts your cognitive abilities and boosts your focus. If you're trying to study for a test or write a book or film a video, you have to get away from people. You have to leave your phone in the other room. Try not to be around too many people. If you're studying for a test, try to go to an area where there's, the least amount of people or where there's nobody around at all. Your focus will literally go through the roof. Like, it will increase. Your focus will increase. Your cognitive ability will increase. The amount of work you're able to do if you're writing a paper or something like that, and you will write a better paper. You will do better work. You will study better. At my own job, there was one area of my job that was a complete mess. Like, everything was just going to complete crap. And, the bosses were like, hey, how do we fix this? How do we fix this? How do we get this right? Like, who has any ideas? And I was like, I know exactly how to fix it. And they were like, you do? And I was like, give me a week, maybe 2 weeks max, and I can have that thing in pristine condition. I can get that whole thing fixed. And they were like, are you serious? And I was just like, yeah. I was like, let me just attack it for 2 weeks. And they were like, all right, we'll let you do that. And I was just like, but I'm not going to deal with any of this other stuff. I'm not answering phones. I'm not doing any of this other work. I'm just going to strictly focus on this. And they were like, no, we can't let you do that. I'm like, forget it then. And then they just had people in and out. Everybody was just kind of fixing stuff randomly. And eventually they put people in there to just only focus on fixing that portion of the job. But I told them, I was like, listen, let me go in there and do that, but let me just focus on only this. I don't want to deal with any other work that we got going on. Let me just get in here. And they were like, nope. That is how you fix a problem, write a paper, do better at work, focus on one task and one task only. And it has been, again, scientifically proven that your cognitive abilities, no matter what you're doing, is going to go through the roof. You're going to be better at that. You're going to be more focused. You're going to produce better work than if you're just constantly, maybe you're writing an email, then you go check your phone, being distracted. Distractions are the killer to deep work. They're the killer to achieving your goals or creating the best work, whether you're writing a book, writing a novel, journaling something down, doing painting, doing art. If you're constantly being distracted, even if there's music playing in the background or TV, if you're studying for something, you have to get undistracted. It's literally been scientifically proven that you will produce better work. He talks about how important it is more than ever to be able to understand deep work and go into deep work, like doing true, deep, meaningful work. Because whatever work you're doing, if you can do it deeply with no distractions, you're literally going to rise to the top. And he talks about how important that is because AI is coming. Now, this is one of the reasons why I actually love reading, because all of these people, they're connected to people like that you wouldn't even believe. This book was wrote in 2016, and he's already talking about people need to master deep work because you're going to need to work with AI in 2016. Like, it's 2024 right now, and if you're not on it right now, you need to be scrambling because you got about 6 years, if that. By 2030, AI is going to take over so many jobs. But again, he was talking about how important deep work is in 2016 when this book dropped, because he's already talking about how AI is coming and you're going to need to learn how to work with it and work with it fast. Those people who are going to survive in this new age of AI are going to be the ones who can put down the distractions and do deep work by themselves or, in combination with AI, which would be a deadly combination. But that's going to retire. That's going to require you to get good at deep work and understanding and mastering hard things, which, again, it's going to be easier to do that if you can cut the distractions and do deep work. Another thing about deep work, he talks about how therapeutic it can become. At first, it's going to be strange. Like, you'll be writing a paper or doing something deeply, and you always want to grab for your phone because, your phone is a drug. We've been addicted to our phones, or, we got to be doing something. Our mind has to be distracted with something while we're doing our work. We're watching TV and scrolling on Instagram and checking emails or doing whatever. But he talks about how therapeutic it can be for the mind. And I've often heard this, especially when it comes to sports. So many people will be like, oh man, that felt so good to get on that court and play basketball. It felt so good to get in that boxing ring and just hit the pads with my trainer. It felt so good to roll around on that mat during Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And it's because you're in deep work. It's literally a meditative state to be in the moment, be present, like phone away, music off. I'm only focusing on this one thing right here, right now. So it's actually therapeutic to understand and do deep work. Wherever you are in this world, wherever you are in your life, you are an accumulation of what you focus on. Understanding deep work makes you focus, makes you self-aware, makes you understand I need to, I only have a limited amount of focus, and I need to focus it on these tasks and not just give it away freely. This book and many others, it just teaches you to be understanding about how so many people are not self-aware. We're just literally, the majority of people are just outside just doing their job. They're in their car and they go to work and then they come home and then they get something to eat and they're watching TV, but nobody's like aware of like, what am I doing? What's going on here? Where's my life going? What do I want out of life? And he really, talks about how, finding deep, meaningful work can, boost your mood, boost, your understanding and your awareness of who you are in life and what you want out of life that most people don't ask themselves today, which is crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, this book really changed. This is one of the first books that I read, and it just set me on like a crazy, like I gotta read everything now, because the more you read, the more self-aware you become. It changes your life. So yeah, I really love that about this book, just being self-aware, understanding deep work, and how it can, just help you in life. So I know a lot of people, we always glorify athletes and say like, oh my God, did you see them? They were in the zone when they made that play, or when they were, like when they were running up and down the field, when they were running up and down the court, they're in a flow state. And understanding deep work, like you can get in that flow state yourself. Like you can do it with whatever craft you're doing, whether you're, writing a book or, doing a painting. Understand that you can get into a flow state, and then before you know it, it's just like, man, I was supposed to write this paper. I got it all done. I didn't think I was going to finish it. Or I was doing this painting and I lost track of time and I accomplished it. And like, you get yourself into flow state when you, go into deep work, which is, getting rid of the distractions and just focusing in on the task. And that's when the best work comes out. That's when, you can perfect your craft and, just focusing in on the whatever you're doing, getting rid of distractions. It's so important. It's so crucial to everything we're doing in life, is just being able to do meaningful work and go deep into that work and cut the distractions, especially now in this world that we live in. You'll actually go further because your work will be better. It will literally be better, whatever you're trying to do. If you're 100% focused in on it, like no distractions, like the work is it's just going to be better. It's going to be all around better. You're going to be in a flow state. Your mind's going to be better. You're not going to hesitate. It's just going to flow right out of you. And that's when creatives are born. That's when the best papers are written. The best books are written. One guy, he bought a plane ticket so he could go to Japan. And he wrote a paper on the plane ride to Japan because it was like a 10-hour ride. And then he bought another plane ticket and wrote it back. So he spent 20 hours, just no distractions, no nothing, just going to work. Other authors getting out of their house and going to hotel rooms, locking themselves in hotel rooms for 2 weeks straight so they can, get work done. It's so crucial. And I feel like today in society, we've lost that understanding, or maybe people haven't even understood, what it means at all to do deep work or how to accomplish it. This is definitely one of my favorite books. I love this book so much. It's so crucial today more than ever. Understanding deep work, what it can do for you, how to do it. It's literally backed by science. It actually does stuff for you. It makes the work better, everything. This is definitely a must read and a must have in anybody's collection. If you got a little library or you collect books, this is definitely one of those ones that needs to be on everybody's shelf. All right, that's it for this one. If you liked the video, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.